Well, I wanted to publicly say goodbye to Boise Police Chief Mike Masterson. I think that it's kind of funny that the last thing that he did before he left office was to be able to stand up and say that he supports the House bill that literally restricts the freedom of speech to those that oppose this alternative lifestyle, let's say. I think that says a lot about his character and about how he's run Boise Police Department. I do have a soft spot for police, as you guys know. I don't tolerate any abuse. I certainly don't tolerate a police chief using his position for political gain, especially on his last episode before he leaves office. I just can't imagine how his officers actually feel about him standing up there and saying such a thing. Furthermore, I can't imagine what the people of Idaho and the people of Boise are saying about him taking a stand against that freedom of speech. Some of the things that I think about are, here's a chief, a prestigious political position of this police department, and he says he takes an oath to the Constitution of the U.S. Constitution, the state constitution, and the laws in the state of Idaho. Yeah, like that's not a contradiction in terms. And then he talks about equal justice under the law, or it's something that is inherent in his position. But instead, because of the fact that most people don't understand the foundational principles of this country and how law works, people just believe that people in positions like that should take a political position that completely undermines a particular class. So we have Chief Masterson and maybe other police departments. It'd be interesting to see what Boise Police feels about this. Well, we're going to go ahead and pass a bill that condemns anybody for utilizing their freedom of speech against any opposition. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and let them talk about, use the same words. As a matter of fact, to my knowledge, a lot more derogatory than those we used against them. Merely the conservatives, they state that they oppose the agenda and don't really go much farther than that. Name calling and physical abuse and things are just not inherent in the nature of people that believe in the principles of self-government and personal responsibility. However, we will see, and going to the White House page and some of these other pages, Idaho Statesman and all that, they will literally lash out at you without even understanding your position. And they have no moral foundation. They have no foundation in law or fact or anything like that. They run purely on emotion, and Idaho Statesman lets them do it. And they're as guilty of it themselves. So I guess what I wanted to be able to say is, so long, Chief Masterson. I hope that your successor is much better than you are. Personally, you seem to have been kind of a nice guy. I've met you a couple of times. I don't care for your positions much. The fact that you can sit there and you can spread social justice and say that you need to be able to support any opposition against an agenda and allow them to be able to trample on the rights of other people is unfathomable. So I wanted to make this public statement and hope to God that the Boise Police Department is not happy with his actions. They're not happy with his statements. It would be really nice if they made a public statement out against him. I actually spoke with some county sheriffs yesterday out in my area that think that he's an absolute joke, which makes me feel better. And the fact that not all law enforcement is lost in this sort of emotional social justice paradigm. And but I think that what's really important is we wouldn't really know that if we weren't reaching out and talking to them. I enjoy going out and talking to the police chiefs and going out to talk to the sheriffs and that. It allows me a much more clearer picture on some of the things they think and some of the things they feel, rather than just guessing. I think this guessing game is going to kill us both. The fact that the DHS has characterized us as people that need to be, they're putting this fear in different types of people. to be able to force us to view each other that way without ever truly knowing one another. And I think it said a lot about Chief Masterson, and it speaks a lot about other people's political position. You know, I was watching the X Games yesterday. Believe it or not, I actually watched it for a little bit. And what was interesting about them is they didn't take a political position. They didn't have "I can't breathe," you know, something Charlie, whatever. They just went out and had fun doing their crazy stuff. You get into football and sports and the rest of it. Everybody's got to take a political position. You're a police chief. You just think that you're gonna be the martyr, right? You're gonna one that's gonna be able to. That's the sword you're gonna fall on, huh? I think that says quite a bit about your character there, boss. Anyway, I just wanted to make that public statement about our illustrious Boise Chief Masterson. Anyway, have a good day, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.